Hello friends and welcome to my channel. So today I would like to share with you about the Fibonacci sequence on the Baccarat table. I know it's like some people may say like, wow, last time you said Fibonacci is not good on the Baccarat table. Yes, but because so many people ask me a lot of questions about the Fibonacci sequence, about the Fibonacci strategy on the Baccarat table. So that's why I make this video about how can you apply the Fibonacci sequence on the Baccarat table, and why I say it work not quite well, in practical way. It's not quite well from my experience only. All right. So the first thing I will just say is, if you're not subscribed, share or like our video yet, please share, subscribe, or like our video. And if you can, please watch the ad for a few seconds or even a minute would be lovely. Thanks so much. So the first thing I want to say for you guys is only play the hand that you sure. All right, don't play every single hand. Only play the hand that you sure, that you think like, okay, this gonna be ping pong, so this gonna be a dragon, or this gonna be a 2, 3 or 4 cut. It's gonna be like cut at 4, cut at 3. Only play something like that. All right. Or you got a golden line in the on the main road or something like that, so you play that thing. All right, so you don't play every single hand. That's the first thing I want to say and remind you. All right, so maybe let's start with Fibonacci. So what is it? So basically the Fibonacci is a nature sequence. So the guy whose name Fibonacci found this thing in the nature. It's kind of the number of the nature. All right, you find this thing in all around you. You can find this thing on the flowers, or even on the like on a shell or whatever. Like I think it's kind of like the golden number. Everything that built from nature is follow this sequence. It's very strange. I don't know why. All right. Anyway, this number they use a lot with the lotto, on the stock market, with the Forex, and the casino as well. And well, why do we need this strategy? I think basically these strategies work quite well on the theory, but in practical I'm not sure, because from my experience I see some people use this strategy and it doesn't work sometimes, because especially if you lose a lot. If you keep on losing like many hands in a row, like 10 hands in a row, so the strategy is not for you, believe me. But if like keep on sometime win sometime lose, yes, the strategy is for you. You can use the strategy to make your money. But from my experience, most people lose money like 10 hands in a row. So that's why I said maybe you better not to use this strategy. All right. But if you think like you got your lucky day, like you keep on winning so many times a lot, so you make it try this strategy to minimize your losing. That's all right. So how does it look like? So this is how it look like: 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 34 and so on. So someone asked me like, oh my goodness, do I need to remember this number? This sequence is too hard for me to remember. I would say no, you don't need to remember. So this number, you only need to remember the first two numbers, which is 1 and 1. That's it. So how can you know the next number and so on? Well, it's basically from calculation, and you don't need the calculator, believe me. Just use your hand. It's easy number. So you only need 1 and 1. That's it. And what you do, the next number is the first two numbers adding up become the second number, the third number. Sorry. For example, 1 plus 1 is 2, right? 1 plus 2 is 3. You plus 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. 8 plus 13 is 21. And 13 plus 21 is 34, and so on. That's it. That's the number. Alright, you don't need to remember everything. That's so easy. you just calculate, easy calculation, you know, like, oh yeah, 1 1 2 3 5 8. But if you got good memory, you can remember it. It doesn't matter. For me, I never remember this thing. All right, just understand how they come from. All right. So many people ask me like, well, so how can I use it? I don't understand. I don't get it. How you can use it on the Baccarat table? Doesn't make sense. Well, you have to look how does it work to understand how can you make money or how can you manage the risk from the strategy. So you need to understand the concept, all right? So the concept is if you lose, you follow the red color step, which is this thing, all right? And if you win, you follow the green line step, which is this thing. So basically, every time you win, you bet on the next number. You lose on 1, you bet on 1. You lose on 1, this one, you bet 2. You lose 2, you bet 3. You lose 3, you bet 5. You lose 5, you bet 8. You lose 8, you bet 13. You lose on 13, you bet 21 next hand. This hand you lose 21 chips. Next hand you bet 34 chips. And if you win, you go back 2 numbers. Which, for example, if this hand you bet 34 chips and you lose, and you win. If you win, the next hand you bet 13 chips. And if you bet on, maybe for example, you lose like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You lose 6 hands in a row. All right. So this hand you bet 8, and you win. Then the next hand you're gonna bet 3 chips. That's it. That's the concept. All right. So yeah, I know you guys may be a bit confusing. So maybe let me give you some example about this thing. All right. All right. Let's have a look on the example of the Fibonacci on the Baccarat table. So the first thing I recommend you guys to do is you need these things. You need this table. All right. So you know, like you just need to like draw a table, easy table on 5 tables. 5 column, hands, betting step, bet, result, and net. So why you need this thing? Because this thing gonna help you to, you know, like help you with the calculation, like to, you know, monitor your risk, to help you with monitoring your betting step and your way of you losing and where you make money. All right. The next thing you need is you need a Fibonacci sequence. You need to write down this number. You know, like 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 34 55 89 and so on. But I hope you don't need the so on number, you know, because that means you lose a lot of hands in a row. So the first hand you bet. So maybe I give you the first example first. So the first example, so I give you why I do not recommend this one. So imagine if you lose like 6 hands in a row, what's gonna happen? Alright, let's start with the 1 chip. Betting step 1, alright? You lose 1, you bet 1, right? You lose. For example, you lose. -1. And the next hand, you just follow the step, alright? Lose, right? Then do the next one. Bet 1 again. You lose again. -2 now, right? You lose, what you do? Just follow a step. 1 1 2. So this hand you're gonna bet 2 chips. Lose again, then gonna be -4, and then just so on, you know, like maybe better do this thing. Because you lose, right? So you have to go on the next step, which is 3. What if you lose again? It's gonna be -7, right? Lose, then go to the next step, which is 5 this time. Lose again, gonna be -12, and then you go on, lose again. See, now you lose 5 hands in a row, right? And this time you're gonna bet 8 chips. Lose again. It's gonna be -20. You see, only 6 hands, you lose 20 chips already. Imagine if 1 chip is $100. Now you already lose $2,000. only from 6:10, which is I'm sure less than half an hour. Less than half an hour, you lose $2,000, which it doesn't make sense for me. All right. And someone asked me like, well, you can get your money back easily with the betting step if you did this Fibonacci sequence, because the number that you bet is the result of the previous two number adding up together. For example, if like I'll give you an example. Maybe I can say that if you win on 8, you can get your money back from the previous two lose. You get it, alright? For example, maybe I give you one more example. What if this hand you win? So lose 8. So this one gonna be 13 chips, right? If you win, this 13 is gonna cover the previous two lose, alright? You're gonna see. If you bet on 13, you win. The 5 and 8, you're gonna get it back. This one gonna be up -7. What if you keep on win and lose after this one, alright? If you win, right? Then you go back 2 numbers from this one, right? You go back 2 numbers, which is 5. So you're not getting lost, alright? I just go back 2 numbers. From you win on 13, right? You go back 1 and 2, so 5. What if you lose? It's gonna be -12. You lose, right? So then you need to go forward. Bet 8 chips. This hand you win. -4. -12 plus 8. -4. You win, then you need to go back. Go back by 2 steps, right? So 1, 2. So this hand bet 3. Lose. This one gonna be -7. Lose, right? And you need to go forward. Go forward by 1 number. So this hand bet 5. And this hand maybe you win. It's gonna be -2. You win, you go back 2 numbers. So the same sequence, but you go back 2 numbers. So this hand you're gonna bet 2. What if you lose? -4. And you lose, right? So you just go forward 1 number. Just remember, you win, you go back 2 numbers. You lose, you go forward 1 number. You win, you go back 2 numbers. Those 3 chips. Win. -1. Just and so on, So someone may ask me like, say I lose 6 hands in a row and I keep win and lose and I can manage my lose. I say, yeah, by theory it's true, but in real life, from my experience, most people don't follow the rule, alright? For example, if this one they win, they just -7, right? The next hand, you know what to do? They keep bet on 13 chips, the same, and they lose. And now everything is done, everything is gone. It's too much, it's too far away to get the money back. So from my experience, if you want to use the betting step, the betting strategy, whatever, doesn't matter, maybe Fibonacci or Paloli or whatever, if you not follow the rule, strictly follow the rule, you lose. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. And what we can do now, but for me, if you like, from my experience, you better don't bet every single hand. Have a look on the graph. If the graph's a player, just play player. If the graph's a banker, go for banker. Don't bet against the ping pong. Don't bet against the dragon, or don't bet against the line. Alright, just try to follow the line and only bet on the hand that you're sure. And yeah, that's it for today. By the way, don't forget to set your budget every single time before you go to the casino or play the online casino. Alright. Alright, I hope you understand a little bit about the concept and how to use it on the Baccarat table, and yeah, why I say it dangerous to use the strategy on the Baccarat table and why I do not recommend this strategy. Alright, so basically, like, I do this trip because so many people ask me like why this strategy is, like, by theory is very well, very good strategy, but why you said it doesn't work, is not good. As I said, like, from my experience, in the way that you do, in the practical way, it doesn't work because most people don't follow the rule. It's the nature of human. We don't follow the rule. Because sometimes we got some, like, ego. We think that we're lucky and we just, okay, I do my way. Sometimes we just need to take a risk. We don't want to follow the rule all the time, right? So basically, this strategy only suits for the one-on-one betting one-on-one payment. For example, the Baccarat, right? And someone asked me like, can I use it? So the blackjack or the roulette? For the roulette is alright, but for the blackjack, I would say no. It's no for the blackjack, alright? Because the blackjack is not one-on-one. It look like one-on-one, but for me, it's not one-on-one because you got a chance to lose more than you win, alright? Because the blackjack, if you want to win, you need to learn about the MIT, the card counting strategy. Alright, not this one. Believe me. And yeah, just the last thing I wanted to remind you guys: the casino is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. So you need to set your budget every single time you go to the casino or you do the online betting or whatever. Anywhere, doesn't matter. You need to set your budget. So if you lose, yeah, just go home and relax, Or even you win, if you reach your target or almost reach your target, you have to stop playing and go home, alright? Because as I said before, most of my friends say, oh, today if I make $1,000, I go home. And you know what? Every single time they reach like 800 or 700 or even 900, they keep losing. I don't know why. It's a magic something, yeah. So what I recommend you is, if you set a target $1,000, if you already get 700 or 800, just stop playing, go home. Believe me, they open 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah, just go home, relax, Come back tomorrow or whenever you want, right? But not today. You make money already, alright? I think that's it for today. If anyone got questions, please ask me on the comment. If I can answer you, I'm gonna answer you straight away. But if I can't, maybe I find someone to answer this question for you, or I can make the other clip to answer your question if you would like. That's it for today. All the best to you guys. Thanks for your watching. See you next time. Bye bye.